Okay. Wow. Yeah. OpenBased, OpenBSD, the OpenBSD platform, free and open source. So Microsoft and Google. Yeah. What up, Billy? You have to remember that OpenBSD makes you superior to everyone else, and they have only had 2 remote holes in the default install in a heck of a long time. Our efforts to emphasize portability, standardization, correctness, proactive security, and integrated cryptography, an example of the effort of OpenBased, has popular OpenSSH software comes from OpenBased. OpenBSD is developed entirely by volunteers. The project's development environment and developer-funded contribution collected. So remember to donate to OpenBased so that they can continue to run their infrastructure. This is actually what their servers are run on, and their entire development is still running on this to this day. The one on the left is OpenBSD. The one on the right is the entire internet that Discord runs on. OpenSSH, OpenBGPD, is that the broader gate protocol? RPKA client, OpenNTTP, OpenSMTPD, OpenIKEA, Madoc, and Libre SSL to free your SSL life. So we're going to download. Pretty sure I should do the ISO. AMD 64. This image can be brought to your files. Okay. You know, the same as bug files, so I know they can pull it from here. Okay. It's kind of interesting. We're gonna go here. I'm having a problem installing it, so we're just gonna make a new file real quick. Folder and based. I have a lot of. Save it there, and then virtual machine manager. We're going to do hardened BSD, the hard and I am hard option out there, because you want to make sure your BSD is hard. You can even do how to install OpenBSD harden. XMR chat. Oh. The fuck? You know what's funny too is XMR, you can actually watch from the XMR chat, like, directly. It's kind of interesting. I don't know why that popped up. Oh, maybe. Arch and Nyx are gay furry fanboys. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you don't even have to watch me via YouTube. You can watch me via XMR chat, which is kind of funny. You don't even have to watch me via YouTube. You can watch me. Damn, the feedback is going to suck for that one. Remember, harden BSD, fork of free BSD. Yeah, of course. I won't be able to chat through XMR chat, but I could use the matrix room. Yeah. You're compartmentalizing your watch time, so there's no correlation between what you watch and what you do. New virtual machine. Go here. Okay. Browse local. OpenBased. The fuck? Oh, it's still downloading. 40 seconds. You can chat through XMR chat. You just gotta pay. Just gotta pay for it. You just gotta pay 1 cent of XMR. What is it? I don't think there's a minimum. I think you can literally do like 3 cents. You can pay to talk to me. 3 cents, guys. Everything's paywalled now. I figured it out. Pay an XMR to XMR chat. Yeah, but I get it. I don't even have 1 cent of XMR. Wow, you're really losing out here. I'll send you. This is how we're gonna do the infinite money glitch. I'll send you $1 in XMR, and then you donate the $1 in XMR to me, and we just keep doing that back and forth until it's an infinite money glitch. What up, Wycleft? Okay. Open. So there's no BSD except for NetBSD. So I think we can just get away with generic Linux. We're gonna do 4 CPUs, 4 gigs of RAM. Looks like it's enough. 25 gigs. Finish. So the funny thing is, here when I'm not FPN, there is a graphene chan. Nice. So this is where it fucks up. It won't install, and I don't know why. It's like nothing's clickable. What's up, GCS? Oh, and I don't know why. Like, I don't know if it's the ISO I'm downloading or if it's something I'm doing wrong. Because I read somewhere that when this happens, it means that something is corrupted or something. Let's see if we can do this. OpenBSD's kernel is not even similar to Linux. I don't think you can just use. Oh, okay. Because there's no BDS option. But I think I can do it in GNOME boxes. Yeah, I figured they aren't. You're right, they aren't. So you can't. Well, there's NetBSD. Should I just use NetBSD? Yeah, I should just use NetBSD. I'm fucking retarded. Sometimes you gotta rubber ducky it, man. I guess we'll just do this. Four, 6. Yeah, we should be good. 20. Yeah, that makes sense. This should work. Okay. Yeah. No. Weird. It like freezes right here. Should I do F2? Control Alt F2? Nope. Oh god. Oops. Well, if you guys can still hear me. Oh shit, we're back. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I'm now using like i3 like a GigaChat based. Hello, dude. What up? We can hear you though. Mistakes happen to all of us. True. Rip stream. That's funny, man. Good thing I didn't say any legal words. So you were like, you need to use the USB pass-through feature with keyboard, as far as I know. Oh, okay. Well, just so you guys know, if you're ever in a virtual machine, don't ever fucking drop those commands. Control Alt F2. So I just have to go to redirect USB. Keyboard, probably. And then yep. Oh, U-Hub device problem, disabling port 1. This is good. Does it mean it's working? Oh, man. Damn. Okay. I can't exit that now. Control Alt L. Isn't it like F4 to kill something? Damn it. I should have learned key bindings, man. We're not going to use malware like VirtualBox here. I got it once in VirtualBox. I think QEMU and OpenBased don't really like each other. Okay, never mind, I was wrong. You might be better off just manually creating a VM via CLI. Yeah, that's true. I can't see your guys' messages right now because my shit's frozen. It won't let me get... Man, OpenBSD does not like virtualization. We're not going to use malware like... Yeah, I should. I'm gonna try GNOME Box. I think GNOME Box would be a little bit better once I figure out how to fucking exit this. God, this is worse. This is worse than exiting Vim. God, this is worse. This is worse than. Okay. Need to internet search this. Um. Close VirtualBox, Virt Manager. Maybe if I just unplug my mouse and everything, my keyboard, that might work. And like replug it again. Oh, yep. All right, guys, if you ever want to know. Just unplug it and plug it back in. Where is... Nope. Nope. Where is Restream? Damn! Alright, I lost all your guys' messages, but I'm back. We're gonna delete that. I shouldn't say you're not based, but if you have one or more keyboards on standby, that's mega super based. Granted, you need to be based before getting mega super based. True. I have 8 keyboards actually with my 3 monitors. So we're gonna delete this and we're gonna try a different approach, aka GNOME Boxers. If not, we will install the malware VirtualBox, right, by Oracle. ISO OS. Install from a file. OpenBased. Yes. BSD. OpenBSD 7.6. But the problem is, anytime I fucking launch this shit, it crashes. I have 8 keyboards too. Some people are like really into keyboards. Okay? Like there are like keyboard. I think what's his name? It's that one Linux dude. He installed Gen 2 around the same time I did live. He is like a keyboard, like he's like a keyboard fanatic. He loves keyboards. Can't remember his name. So, yeah, the same thing is happening. We're gonna do Control L, get out of there, maybe. No. It says like less preferences. Oh, there we go. We're gonna do, where is it? Mice. Man, where the fuck is computer LED controller? Motherfucker. He's using based void. Not even up here. Are you still using? I am using void still. It's damn. It's not showing the keyboard, the Corsair. Share folders. Damn. I wonder. Shows the fucking microphone. Shows something else, and then a Bluetooth adapter and an LED controller. I'm wondering if. Okay. I mean, should I do Oracle? It's not letting me. Troubleshoot logs, edit configuration. Compile system D and void and use it. Oh, you're telling me like to compile system D and use system D? Look, do we have to watch the video? The system D hate video. We're just gonna do the fuck's it called? Ew! Linux distributions. Ubuntu. Boo! Okay. Hold on. I don't know why people even like VirtualBox. It looks like shit too. Oh, okay. It's just where's my fucking command line? Do. No files. Oh, okay. Repositories copy. Okay. Ooh. It's not in the official. I have no idea why Hunix recommended. I think it's because people say it's easier. GNOME boxes on Void again, huh? I thought it didn't work on Void. It's okay. I use OpenRC. Systemd is spying on me. Okay, schizoids. GNOME boxes kind of crashes on me on some things. Like sometimes it doesn't work as cleanly. It's not always fun. It's yeah. I've no what. I think there's a reason because they say it's like easier to fucking run. I don't know why actually, either. Let's see. It's not in my repository, so I have to fucking add it. But while I'm searching the internet real quick, argue amongst yourselves. What is the best Linux package manager? And okay. It's not true. Arch Linux. It's obviously Android's package manager. Package manager. True. It's okay. Once Mini returns, he'll just remake Unix, but use Arch as the base. Use Alpine though. I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Damn. Oh, is there a VirtualBox Flatpak? God, that's gonna be a fucking. Nope. Bear with me, guys. Oh, wow. I always forget all the cool tools that XBPS has. Oh, Musil doesn't. So I do use Musil, or Muscle. It doesn't support VirtualBox before installing, so it would be good to check if it requires programs to run it. Is there? Are you using Camel Case? Oh, yeah. Apparently, I made Tumble Pop. By the way, XBS has Signal's desktop app. Nice. With unencrypted backups. Beer Overflow needs to next make the bridge for XMPP. So, well, we're at a standstill right now because of VirtualBox. That's maybe why. I don't know. OpenBSD can be used, I guess, for operating systems with VirtualBox, and it functions well. Oh wait. Let's see. Maybe it's a Virt Manager issue. Using Virt Manager OpenBSD host is not straightforward and generally not recommended for most users due to the limited support and functionality. The Virt Manager graphical interface, which is commonly used with KVM on Linux, relies on libvirt to manage the virtual machines, but libvirt does not currently support OpenBSD's VMM hypervisor as a host. As a result, while Virt Manager can be installed on OpenBSD, it cannot effectively manage VMs, create VM with VMs and users typically. OpenBSD's native virtualization solution, VM4, is designed to primarily running as guest and okay for users. There's no direct support or official guidance for installing OpenBSD within the GNOME boxes. This GNOME box is virtualization front-end proprietary permanent design for Linux users. It does not natively support OpenBSD as a guest operating system. The project connects to... Okay, well. Damn it! No, it's clearly portage. Best package manager is probably the Pacman, even though it's on furryfanboy.arch. Pacman is fast, and the last time I used Pacman was Arctics quite a while ago, unfortunately. Actually, my favorite package manager ever was by Solus. I liked Solus's package manager. Portage is cool, but I liked Solus was probably one of my favorite Linux distributions, even though it's considered independent, and it's made from LFS, which is kind of based. They just had a lot of problems. I wonder if FreeBSD mentioned. Damn, I really could have looked up this ahead. Okay, so FreeBSD seems like it's more straightforward. We could do harden BSD, FreeBSD. Do 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 do. Or we could look for esoteric Linux distributions, like like Hannah Montana OS. Fuck yeah, harden BSD. Just use harden BSD. How would I do that? It's not. It's a virtualization problem. It's they say it's pretty much isn't supported on. It's pretty much not supported with GNOME boxes or Vert Manager. It's like a issue with something esoteric. I know a few. K-Linux, best weird. What the fuck? Some like math Linux. Art scientists and engineers. Sabotage Linux. Oh, that's the one that like if you type anything wrong, it like ends it immediately. Clear Linux. Clear Linux ain't even fucking esoteric. This is why Tech Radar is fucking retarded. Why do people fucking use this shit still? God, I fucking hate Tech Radar. Medium's not any better either. Fuck you. Axie Linux, based on other Linux distro called Arch Linux. Okay. Solus OS isn't even that fucking crazy. I like Solus. I thought that was the one that oh. If you put in anything wrong, Instant OS. This is probably the most special one out of all here. The Linux distro is one of my favorite obscure Linux distros because it does come with a completely separate, different, gorgeous window manager called InstaWim. Billy looks like he would use InstaWim. The default GUI layout is possible with this window manager in the next level, giving you everything from menus, colors, palettes. Okay, it looks kind of nice. Regolith. This Linux is dedicated to a very niche and small community of Linux users. You know what's weird? Ghost BSD works completely fine on Archcraft. Not really esoteric. Try NixOS. I hate NixOS users are like just as bad as Arch users. Ice WM is better than InstaWim Manager. A radical experiment. Sabotage Linux, the experimental Linux should be based on Muso libc and BusyBox, designed with a focus on hackability, efficiency, and simplicity. It is built from source, empowering users to study and modify the system components, and supports cross-compile from various hardware architects without emulation. The distributor is known for its minimalistic approach, featuring a single root directory, e.g. bin instead of user bin, and statically linked core components. Sabotage Linux supports multi-architecture, including i386. Look, Billy, you can fucking finally run something. Harden BSD ISO boots up fine. You just need to tick the included EOL OS when searching FreeBSD. Choose 14. Oh. So BSD. Oh, okay. So it's Harden BSD is the okay. Let's I want to check out this first. We'll do both. Sabotage Linux supports multi-architecture, including i3386, x86-64, MIPS, PowerPC 32, and ARM with ARM hardflow support achieved through cross-compilation in stage 1 due to GCC library dependency challenges. The preferred method for building sabotage is using native Linux environment for the target architecture through cross-compilation. Is possible a bit with instability. The build process involves creating a stage 0 rootifist with minimal toolchain followed by stage 1, subsequently packaged within chroot environment. This system requires probably 4 gigs of free disk space, Linux kernel 3.8, kernel with user NS support for non-root chroot access, and GCC for even basic utilities like G's and blah blah blah. Oh, interesting. Users can obtain a ready-to-boot QVM Virtual digital minister from years in Germany, Greece, France. Oh, nice. Well, we'll check this out. Sabotage Linux was first distribution built on Musa libc and has maintained a commitment to simplicity, avoiding resource-heavy scriptings like Python or Perl. Nice. A Python hater, and I am a Perl not understander, so I don't understand Perl. So I know there's a camel involved or something, so maybe I hate it. It also provides stub version of. They have a summary. Oh, okay. It just seems cool. Yeah. I mean, this is like good enough summary. 2 months ago, 2 months ago, 9 months, 10 years. Okay. The hard sabotage and an experimental Linux distribution based on Musa libc, BusyBox requirements. Nice. Did they actually? Oh, this is a song now. I can already see. Sabotage, subscribe at. Oh, nice. The cookbook. So we're gonna do HardenBSD first, and then we're gonna swap over to doing Sabotage Linux. We'll do both. We'll do both of them. We like both of them. Hard-based build are signed with SSH keys. The SSH keys are used so the artifacts can be validated through tool chains and base operations. First download. Okay, whatever. We're not going to do that. Only losers do that. Status report. Okay. Yeah, see, if you see this symbol, you know soldier.com, nobody can stop information. This looks like the most schizophrenic website you would find on the dark net. It's actually kind of funny. Okay, I'll address some coding issues enabling us to another server line. The server brought us online as a test environment. Currently configuring to test Radical. Radical is really cool. Radical is a decentralized version of GitHub. It's pretty awesome. You can run your own seed. Pretty based. Okay. First, download the SSH capabilities. Download the build artifact for first. Okay. I love that style web page. Yeah, this one. This is something you would see. Yeah, no, I get it. This is like something you would see in like fucking like 2000 like fucking like 4 or something. Home, about, latest builds. 14, I think you said 14.2. Stable. And 4. Installer, right? Okay. HardenBSD ISO boots up fine. You just need to include the end of life OS when searching for BSD. Choose 14.2. What build? What build should I pick? 30. Boot only. Dist. Yo. I feel like I'm in the wrong place. ISO. Is this it? Disk 1 ISO? Wait, this should work. Latest builds. Oh, current. Do I do build 64? No, that's not it. Oh, latest. AMD 64 equals 6. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty retarded, so. I know, the naming, I think someone explained it to me already. The naming fucks me up, though. Okay, so what is it? Disk 1 ISO. That should be it, right? Boot only. Yeah. Disk 1 ISO. Whew. All right. Okay, so we're just gonna do Vert Manager. Okay, yep, it's still installing. It's probably installing from fucking like Germany, so. It's 1.3 gigs, so I'm assuming that is the ISO. That should be the place where I should install it. And funny enough, like I kind of like lighter and I guess more portable distros. I am working slowly. I'm vibe coding. A Tails-like amnesic operating system, kind of like Tails, but with I2P, and it's going to be based off harden BSD. So if that, like the script and everything works, and I can get BSD to work, I'm going to try to run it in a live environment so that it may work out, and then figure out like how to actually build it and maintain it, which would be kind of sick, because then we'll have an I2P BSD based version running from RAM, like the important parts from RAM. And then running off a USB stick, kind of like Nomad BSD, where you kind of like run everything. It's not it doesn't have to be persistent, and then it forces everything through like I2P, which will be super cool. Hopefully, in the future, I could figure out how to just do it like all manually. It's just a lot of not, I wouldn't say mistakes you could make, but definitely with a lot of mistakes you could make. AMD 64 install latest. Okay, cool. Once that, it's got 5 minutes. God damn, man, what is up with my internet? Oh yeah, I could be downloading it from like a place that's completely in the middle of nowhere. I would like with all my Linux distros that I download. I would like to eventually do a seed box or something where other people can download them. I think seeding is pretty cool, and I don't really like leeches. The biggest kind of like problem with Linux, the Linux space is they gotta spend money. Harden BSD servers are just a few megabytes for me. You're not the only one. Yeah, I think I would like to, after I download it, I would like to torrent it and seed it for like other people, so that like it's just gets to other people faster. Maybe like do a seed, like I'll purchase like a seed box or something and put all my Linux distros like for like that's really really cheap every year, something like that, so other people can download it from the internet and have it faster. Weather seeding is nice. What's weather seeding? I would even say that seeding is like the most utilitarian thing you can do in the Linux space, especially like server cost infrastructure is like very expensive. And there's not too many good options out there. I would say even if people took their Linux distro ISOs and they put them on IPFS to share, that would be even cooler because like then more people can have access to them. But downloading stuff from IPFS can be kind of goofy. Actually, I just realized I can put all these files on Odyssey. Odyssey is like a pile of shit for what they did in my opinion, Odyssey made a fucking retard move by incorporating some fucking gay retard crypto called whatever the fuck it was. I mean, they literally did library tokens. Library tokens was fucking retarded, and then they pick another retarded coin. They could have just done Monero. It would have been a lot easier and actually anonymous. But there is a lot of STL files that I downloaded there for like gun parts, especially like for 3D printing. 3D printing is especially in like the 3D printing guns is kind of cool, but the problem is websites won't host them because they're like afraid that they're gonna get like arrested, or like the ATF or like the NAF is gonna come after them and like stroke their cock or something. So like people just put it on Odyssey because it's easier. I forget Odyssey is built on the interplanetary file system, so I could put them all there. I don't like Odyssey either. I think it's like, again, a pile of shit, and it's ran by a shitty company and just self-host PeerTube. Am I right? So I would like to go back to self-hosting PeerTube. The problem with PeerTube is I can't hide behind a proxy. Not that I'm worried about like my IP address leaking anything like personal or like information-wise. It just gets hit by a lot of bots, and a lot of people don't use it, so it's just taking up space and like unused storage. I honestly really enjoyed hosting a PeerTube server. It's super awesome. The only thing that I'm afraid about is I get concerned is when people upload videos to it. I have to diligently look through it. Like I have to spend hours and hours and hours looking through videos. Because I did have people like upload videos, and I had to make sure there was like no like child sexual abuse material on there. That is a concern. I think PeerTube is super awesome. I would like to maybe host it in the future again. Once I could get maybe like if I could get like a moderation team that could go and like look at the videos before they're posted, that would be better, because what's the point of having a PeerTube server if people just can just sign up? And I did started gaining a lot of traction of people signing up. It is an awesome service, and I don't disagree. I actually like PeerTube more than YouTube. I think it reminds me of old YouTube when it was like people would make content for people and not really just for advertisers and all these fucking ads. And it's like YouTube's become a giant like shit show, and it's kind of gay sometimes because like there's a lot of content creators on here that I do like, and I like watching their stuff. And obviously, we live in a capitalist society and people want to make money, and I have no problem with people wanting to make money. I have no issue with people running ads on their video. The problem is YouTube runs ads regardless. I'm not even monetized, and I know YouTube runs ads on my site, and I get no money for it, no monetization for it. They just run ads. They might even, like, when this becomes a VOD, if people watch it later, they're probably going to get like ads on it. So I embrace people running an ad blocker. The other problem is people are taking sponsorships left and right. They're not thinking about like the ethical concerns with these sponsorships. They just see the money and they make them. Did you harden this machine, by the way? My machine, like my personal like void, or like personally my void, my personal distro, yeah. So the problem with the sponsorships in YouTube is I don't have an issue with someone taking something they believe in, something they use, and being like, hey, I get like money out of it. But the problem is there's a lot of conflict of interest. It's hard to say that you got a product for free and that you have no bias for it. If you get something for free, I think that's going to influence you to have a positive view of it. If somebody gave me something for free, just because I pay for something and just because I get something for free, doesn't mean necessarily that I'm going to have just because I get something for free and no money is exchanged, that doesn't mean I'm gonna have you hard in your life yet. I'm always hard. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to. Oh, nice, it's done. Doesn't mean that it's ethically reviewed, and it doesn't mean that it's going to essentially, in my opinion, be a no bias perspective. If you pay something, for something, you could have some form of biasness, especially if you paid a lot of money for it. You might even lie to yourself and say that it's a good product. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to admit that, like, oh shit. Let's do this. That's number one. And then if you get a product for free, of course you're gonna fucking sit there and be like, you're gonna be glazing the company, especially if you wanted it. So it's hard for me to look at something where somebody's like objectively like, this is a good idea. There are a very small amount of creators that I could say I would maybe take that with a grain of salt. Like, okay, maybe they are being genuine. They're getting the product. They're exchanging hands, and they're being unbiased as possible. But it's less than 5 people. It's not even really more than, it's barely at 5. I think there are some people on here that are very ethical about how they consume the media, how they do sponsorship deals, and how they make their money. But again, it's okay, I gotta read. All right. Searching for BSD, I choose 14. Free DOS? No. BSD, or should I use GNOME boxes? Dragonfly was pretty cool. That BS10? 6 cores? So it's just, like, I remember when everyone was, like, talking about Honey and established titles and, like, Fume and, like, all these fucking sponsors. Okay, I didn't know you were a honeypot. Username, Glowy. True. The problem is all these sponsors, people just take them without thinking. They take them without install. Welcome to HardenBSD. Would you like to begin the installation or use the live system? Install, nice. Big balls. Traditional. Would you like to install the base system using the traditional distribution or sets or packages or experimental? Oh, okay. Base system ZFS. Guided UFS. ZFS or UFS, guys? ZFS is nice. I use ZFS and I like ZFS. But I use it on my I use it on like my TrueNAS server. Open a shell and partition by hand. Manual experts. I'm not an expert. I'm retarded. ZFS or UFS, guys? That's the real question. Oh wait, Z. Okay, we get. If it doesn't work, then search FreeBSD in the Create VM menu and check Show End of. Oh. In the Create VM menu and check End of Life. Oh, that's what it was. Oh, I forgot. I remember we were installing something not too long ago, and I had to look at End of Life. There was that option. Yeah, I remember now. I remember. Install, proceed with the installation. Rescan devices. In 4K sectors. Encrypt disk, no. Encrypt swap, no. Wow, you can encrypt a swap. I didn't even know you could do that. You learn something new every day. A mirror swap. Select virtual device type. No redundancy because we're balling. Okay. Last chance. Are you sure you want to destroy the current contents? Yes. Verifying checksums of a selected distribution. Okay. I would like to, if this ends up being like nice and I can use like OpenBox on this, I'll probably do it. So I lived my life as Richard Stallman for the last week, and I wanted to kill myself because for the simple fact that JavaScript is everywhere. And I always got redirected to the non-JavaScript site, and that was awesome. But it just really made me realize that JavaScript is everywhere, and a lot of websites don't fucking work. But it was based. Okay, we're gonna do root password. So it makes you real. It makes you think. You're like, gosh. Please select a network interface. Auto. Richard Stallman. Yeah. So I paid with everything with cash. I refused to fuck. When I first discovered about Gen 2, I installed it on a laptop and I lived like Richard Stallman. Stallman uses LibreJS unironically. Stallman doesn't use anything but fucking Emacs, man. And he lives inside emails. Remember, every time 60 seconds pass, a minute passes in Africa. Stallman used LibreJS Stallman used LibreJS quite literally. But I read through he has a blog post about his policies and his philosophy. I'm sure that his setup is GNU IceCat and Tor browser. It is GNU IceCat and it is Tor. He doesn't use the Tor browser. He uses GNU IceCat with Tor. I forget. So he doesn't use the Tor browser because I think of licensing. I'm not even kidding. I've come to two conclusions with the Free Software Foundation and GNU Logic and the Unix perspective. It's all down to licensing and philosophy problems. Not even kidding. That's all it is. There's nothing anyone could say that could convince me otherwise. I once daily drove IceCat. For most websites to work, you need to disable. Yeah, literally, you need to. I went to my blog. I'm gonna do a lot of writing because same level as that one mental law video where he set up LibreWolf and yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna do a whole blog on why it's. It's I get it. I use Libre for I2P, not much. Yeah, that's what I use Firefox for I2P. This is the conclusion that I've come to. I will say one thing: you could run a lot of the websites without JavaScript, 100%. I think a lot of it's made up. Sure. Local caching, validating, resolvable. Oh, nice. Local unbound. I will. We're gonna do that. Based. Actually, add just CPU frequency dynamically for supported. Enable kernel crash dumps, synchronized system and network time, NTP. Now, if this could use NTTB, that'd be awesome. Use UTC, bad OPSEC. Look, it doesn't matter. It's a virtual machine. It's all made up anyways. Don't use NTP, please. Oh my god, what's wrong with it? I know secure NTTB is better. Fuck you. No, and yes, NTS. Network time pro. You know what I knew? You knew what I was talking about? Fuck you. You knew what I was saying. Hides process running in jails. Lock shared memory pages. This is chooses system security hardening options. Okay, whatever. Can't you just use median's times sync script and run it? Yeah. Okay, wait. I'm pretty sure that's not PostX. Yeah. Enable firewall. Okay. Yeah. Disable DT-trace, disallow dtrace destructive mode. Enable console password prompt. Disable syslord. Disable opening syslord network socket. Disabled. That sounds right, right? Unprivileged mlock. Do not allow non-root users to call mlock. Hide jail. Hide processes running in jails. Okay, lock shared memory pages. What is lock shared memory pages? Linux security. Okay. To lock shared memory pages and Linux hardening purposes, such as preventing sensitive data from being swapped to disk to ensure deterministically performance in real-time applications, mlock and mlock all, system calls are used to lock specific memory ranges into physical RAM. These calls prevent the kernel from paging the locked memory or to swap space, which is critical for high-security data processing in real-time algorithms where predictable timing is essential. Interesting. Wow. Mlock, unlock memory, Linux man pages. Mlock and mlock all is respectively lock part or all of the calling process of virtual. By the way, FreeBSD has cronny in the repos, so in theory you should be able to use cronny in hardenBSD. Oh, cronny? Nice. Mulvad probably uses that. Mlock's pages in the address range starting at the add R and continuing for len bytes. All pages that contain a part of the specifically addressed range are guaranteed to be resident in RAM that when the call returns successfully, the pages are guaranteed to stay in RAM until later unlocked. Okay, that seems like a good thing to install. Unprivileged mlock. Do not allow non-root users to call mlock. That's good. I swear God, that's not how you pronounce cronny. Cronny? I don't fucking know, man. Disable syslord, secure console, enable console password prompt. Okay. No firmware to install, continue. Okay. Would you like to add users to the system now? Yeah. Okay, username is going to be Fed12. Full name, your mom. Are you feeling 200 years old after living like Richard Stallman for a week? I'm more pissed that I couldn't access half the internet and I had to pay in cash everywhere. I couldn't use hotels if I wanted to, so good thing I did this only for a fucking week. Imagine if I had a hotel thing. Would you rather live in like Snowden like a week or Stallman? I don't know what's worse. They're both the same, but one has freedom. Stallman chooses to be in Emacs and fucking emails. Leave empty for default. Okay. Login group. Login group and effective to other groups. Invite fed to other groups. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Y for yes. Group Y does not exist. Admin. Root. Okay. Shell SSN, yeah. Home directory, yep. Home directory permission, sure. Enable ZVS encryption, nah. Use password-based authentication, no. Lock out the account after creation, no. Okay, yes, no, yes. Add user info successfully. Okay, yes, no. I bet Snowden has a sweet life in Moscow. Probably not. I'd take Snowden because I get used to CubesOS. Yeah, I guess. I'd take Snowden because I get to... I mean, you can use CubesOS right now, man. And you can tell everyone that you love Zcash. I wonder how Snowden get away with using Twitter. I have my theories. I think, like, does someone manage his account? I don't think so. I have my theories. I have some people think he's not even in Moscow. Some have a theory that he just tells people that because he's not going to be. My first theory is that I don't think he's actually in Moscow. I think he just makes it up. He could be anywhere at this point, especially for as long as he's been on the United States. And if he is in Moscow, he's probably been compromised by the, by Putin. I mean, he's not on the FBI's most wanted list anymore. I mean, once a Fed, always a Fed, kind of. I think he just works probably for the Kremlin. That's what it is, the Kremlin. To keep citizenships. I mean, like, Russia does hate America, no matter how civil they are to each other. Like, so him being there would make Fed Warden Canadian. I think he's no, he worked for the CIA. He worked for the CIA. There's a whole movie about how he's not Canadian. I wonder if Snowden has a separate microwave for his house, guest phone, or the microwave thing. Kind of. I just think he's been at this point. He probably works for the Russian government. I mean, why wouldn't he? He literally lives there. They know who he is. If Snowden does live in Russia, he probably works for the Russian government. At this point, I mean, we don't know because there'd be no purpose to live inside Snowden has a tactical hunting rifle booty trapped in his front door in case the U.S. Fed tries to get him. Probably. You know what's funny? That's not you want to go to Russia? No, God, no. It sounds like a terrible place to live. It's cold, first off. All right. It's cold. They have not the best humanitarian rights. People talk about how great it is. It's not. It's also cold. What up, unknown 1377? Finish figured an exit installer. Yeah. Hello, unknown 1337. Thank you for joining. And regardless of whether you think Snowden did the right thing or wrong thing, he broke hot women. True. I mean, hot women are anywhere though. You can find hot women all places. This shell is operating in a true root in the system. Finished when computers type exit. Reboot. And then let's say another hypothetical. He doesn't live in Russia, and it's just let's say he doesn't live in Russia, and he just lives in a different country. Then it doesn't matter at that point. I think a part of me believes he doesn't actually live in Russia because that's a long time. I don't think people realize how long he's been there. And you're telling me the government just lets him? You know, he even, because he said if he could come back to the U.S. with a reasonable sentencing, he would come back. Well, Edward Snowden's website uses JavaScript. You know? Something to think about. The fuck? Hell no! Russia has vodka and big boobies. I would go there. How the fuck is this the wrong one? Modern file systems. We're getting into schizo. Yeah. Ah, damn it. Alright, I gotta reinstall this. I mean, I have. I mean, it is schizophrenic. Like, this is like my biggest tinfoil hat that I wear. Come work for the motherland. The fuck was it? No, that's definitely the password. I'm tripping. Like, this is like my biggest tinfoil. I generally, like, most 99.99% of all conspiracy theories I don't fucking believe. I don't, like, read into. I don't care. I don't care either. I don't care, or I don't read into it. Is that what I picked? Is that it? Huh? No, I'm not gonna know until for a second. And motherfucker. All right, motherfucker. I'm just gonna do it again. Maybe I should do. We're gonna delete. Okay, that's so weird. I literally picked the. Maybe I should just not pick numbers as the password, because I just did like normal, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Well, we know it works. Kind of. What was that one? I already tried it. Uh, 14.1. While we're waiting, why don't you look for Graphene OS Chan? Is this a real thing? Oh God. They have some drama. I'm doing a video soon. You have to put waifu? Which one is it? That's Froppy from My Hero Academia. It's kind of interesting too, because there's what does Brave AI say? Graphene OS Chin is go to Codeberg and search up. Oh my God, that's awesome. Of course, it's on Codeberg. That's funny. I can only imagine. It's just Coomer shit. Coomers. Software development, but free. Right. / Graphene OS. No. And then search up graph. Oh. Explore. Compiling the hardened BSD kernel with virtual GPU drivers so that I can get virtual GPU support. Woodpecker. Go to research for the graphing OS and then scroll all the way down. Is it? I'm all the way on the bottom. Talk latex beamer for graphing OS. Is this it? Oh God, no. I see PNGs. Oh, Graphene Chan. Oh God, no. Unofficial fan art mascot of Graphene OS. Personally, it's only a modification. Wow. This is 3 years ago. This is some Coomer shit right here. This is really Y Club, guys. This is his Codeberg. Let's see what he did. Conversations is an open source XMP. Oh, nice. Ew, Java though. He's from Great Britain. Wow. Key interference personal keys. 4Jo documentation. Oh, nice. Guys, this is literally his project. This is public too. How are you gonna be public about your Coomer shit? I didn't even use Codeberg. I just used Source. Oh, I didn't know about Source. SourceHut's kind of cool. It's free and open source. It doesn't require JavaScript. We're gonna do install. Bulgarian. Balls. Traditional. Base system. Porch tree. The FSS rank them. Is there a list of Git Providence providers like? Source has got to be. Yeah, they're kind of like. They're kind of like, hey, this is like the best option. When I was using the Richard Stallman special, and I was inside Emacs, and there's the one that at A tier that GNU uses too. I thought SourceHut was like the one that they like recommended. At least that's what it was for me. Cool. Later, Billy. Thanks for joining. We'll be right back to botnet. Go back to botnet. What's botnet? Balls. Auto. Interesting. Sending router solicitation. I think C is the minimum host and GNU stuff in there. C is the minimum to host GNU stuff in there. Yeah. Resolver configuration. IPv6 DNS. Oh. I guess 9.9.9.9. Fuck Cloudflare. Yeah, you kind of like need C to be. I mean, the GNU Foundation. I mean, like they kind of did. Like I said, like I was saying earlier. Fuck. All right, I'll just cancel this and redo it. Okay. The biggest problem with the GNU Foundation and general software, so like Apache has some disagreements with the GNU Foundation, and this is what they can't fucking agree on, because they can't agree on it. The fuck? That was weird. Just use Nginx. They can't. Yeah, I know. I'm saying like Apache in general is like they're like the Apache license 2.0 aligns with like some GPL3 licensing bullshit, and they can't fucking like agree on certain stuff. So this is like the biggest problem they have. Just use Nginx. Damn. Might have to redo the whole thing again. It didn't let me do password. No. Yeah. We're going to close. We're going to do that again. Delete. GNU recommends Apache License 2.0 for... Yeah. They recommend the 2.0, but the Apache like I'll pull it up. The whole licensing thing is crazy. I think MIT is the best. Just use MIT. Apache license and GNU GPL. Like the web server or the license? The license is where they have a problem. So Apache license version 2.0 and GPL compatibility. The Free Software Foundation considers the Apache license version 2.0 to be free software license compatible with version 3 of the GPL. The Software Freedom Law Center provides a practical advice for developers, including permissive license source. Apache 2 software can therefore be included in the GPL version 3 projects because of GPL version 3 accepts our software into GPL version works. However, GPL version 3 software cannot be included in the Apache projects. The licenses are incompatible in one direction only, and as a result, as ASF's license philosophy and GPL version 3 authors' interpretation of copyright law. This is where like they get the confliction. If it's pretty much their interpretation of copyright law. Like I said, all licensing and everything that involves the Free Software Foundation is based on philosophy and their perspective. This is why CubesOS hasn't been certified. To2Mail is on the list of getting certifications because they will eventually be able to disable JavaScript. But this is, again, a philosophy decision. There is certain things that the Free Software Foundation, you might think that they would endorse because it still respects user freedom to a certain degree. But again, Free Software Foundation is pretty extreme in their principle, and they stand on it. We avoid GPL version 3 software because it merely linking to it's considered to be the GPL version 3 authors to create a derivative of work. We want to honor their license. Unless GPL license relax on their interpretation of their own license regarding linking, our licensing philosophers are fundamentally incompatible. Philosophies are fundamentally incompatible. This is an identical issue for both GPL version 2 and GPL version 3. Despite our best efforts, the Free Software Foundation has never considered the Apache license to be compatible with GPL version 2, citing the patent termination and differentiation provisions as restrictions is non-present in the older GPL license. The Apache Software Foundation believes that you should always try to obey the constraints expressed by the copyright holder when distributing their work. The Apache Software Foundation is a nonprofit organization that has dedicated to open source software and development, etc., etc. This is essentially the problem. They have some disagreements on the philosophical side, but if you want to boil down running FreeBSD, OpenBSD they really don't meet the standards of the Free Software Foundation due to licensing. Not even joking. That's really their fucking disagreement. Is how they do their licensing, their permissive licensing. That's the real problem, and some other philosophical issues. And this is just me reading different opinions on it. This is why they don't endorse the FreeBSD or OpenBSD projects, like as free software. And I'm using heavy quotes on that. It's kind of retarded. Again, like I said, CubesOS isn't really endorsed because CubesOS has some proprietary software built into it for security. That's it. It could be well-intended security and it could be well-intentioned, but it is retarded. That's why my favorite license is Do Whatever the Fuck You Want license. Not even, I think the FFS has a list of recommendation email providers. They do. Signing up for them are a fucking nightmare. No thank you. When To2Nota finally gets endorsed, it's awesome. So they pretty much endorse anything that allows you to not run JavaScript, and there's not too many, because it's supposed to be LibreJS compliant, which is Rise Up, which we already discussed. I don't think they send out invites anymore, and I wasn't about to do all that. Then there's Autism, like the Autism email provider, and I'm not going to take up space for them just to do an experiment. And then there is Pesto, kind of. So pretty much they want you to be able to log into this email provider without JavaScript enabled, and to be able to use a client, and aka Emacs, which is crazy. Fucking hate Emacs, by the way. So like they want you to be able to have all these steps to be able to do that, to modify the code, to look at the code, to own it. And I agree with their perspective. I actually don't disagree with it, but it becomes very hard in your email. It becomes hard to do that when you have to be able to use PGP, and PGP has its own problems, like you know. Only 90% of the suggested email providers are paid or invite only. Yeah. Literally, it's either paid or invite, and there's some stuff out of scope if you technically run your own mail server like MailCal or anything. And Richard Stallman kind of touches on this. He says he's not really concerned about email. He just wants he wants their privacy and their freedoms respected, which, I mean, it's respectable. But I like Tutanota. Like Tutanota does two things. They accept Monero, and they don't have any Google proprietary Google Analytics. They don't use even the Play Store. They have no backend that's written in Google. They use Firebase. They rewrote their own push notifications. I think they do a good, transparent side of what is possible with email, what is possible with being private and having email, what is not possible. They have a realistic expectation, flat out. They're not owned by any venture capitalists. They're not owned by a nonprofit organization. So I think that it aligns with my values to a certain degree. I would like, the only two things that I want Tutanota to work on and do is I would like for them to be able to have, for me, a way to use an email client. If I could, I would like that choice. If it doesn't come, it's not a huge deal breaker for me. And I want better offline support, like caching or something. I mean, I would like to drive, like to be able to have like maybe like some photos, like as a backup or something. But I don't think that it's the only thing that they should focus on. I don't want them to become like Proton, where they're dumping all this time and energy into side projects. But it would be nice if they could allow me to store maybe some documents or something in there if I wanted to. I think that them getting rid of IMAP and not relying on PGP is kind of nice. PGP, again, has a lot of glaring issues, and they are mainly on the personal side. But once I think we got a little drawn away from install. Yeah, we have. That's what happens with. That's how it happens. Oh, oopsies. But that's like my perspective. I think there is I think there's a lot of room for email to grow. I don't think email is useless as everyone makes it out to be. Interesting stuff, bro. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. There we go. I would even say that in hindsight, minus that is minus Richard Stallman living in Emacs and saying you should pay cash and never touching like hotels and staying at a friend's house. The guy doesn't do anything on the internet besides emails and writes his blog. Please select password for the system management account root. Okay, we're going to do something I know. I will have a video that like I kind of like talk about my experiences soon, maybe like in a week or so. I'll drop something. How to live with the GNU philosophy. Because would you say UTC better OPSEC? Use UTC. Good work, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you. Does the time zone abbreviate UTC? Local unbound's kind of cool. Yeah, we're going to do that. And then we're going to do that. Clear temp. That's kind of good. Enable firewall. I tried to install FreeBSD Hyperland, but it didn't succeed. Newbie, I guess. Antarctica. Antarctica is not real. Just keep it. Also, that was somewhat of a joke, but yes, if you wanted anonymous, yeah, I know. No form. Yes. We're just going to do fed 12. Obviously, you would do encryption, use password-based authentication. Use an empty password. No. No. Guys, can we get Hyperland not on an IF behind pots, not base list? Yeah, I got to do a tier list soon. No worries. Lockout account after creation? No. Yes. No. Okay. Need some handbook. I will say that I do not like Hyperland. I used it. Reboot. Okay. I will even say as far as like I don't get the hype around. Jokes aside, I don't get the hype around Hyperland. I really don't. I don't see the purpose in it. I don't really like Talon Williams. I like OpenBox because it's very minimal. But I will do a privacy and security tool list, I guess. Stuff that I use. Sponsored by NordVPN. Because I think it's always good to... Finally. God damn. Racing, I guess. Oh, yeah, you could do... Yeah, it's... I get it for the ricing. I mean, you could do it with OpenBox. OpenBox is completely riceable and it's lightweight. I just don't like X. I think the only desktop manager, desktop environment I hate the most is XFCE. Harden BSD, guys, we're here. Okay. How do I install OpenBox or a desktop? Sometimes a single slow HTTP can cripple the performance of your entire system. You can spot one like this. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do huh. Okay. Port stamp fetch. Okay, that's not a real thing. These do as, right? Nope. Oh. Or is it do as? Damn. The fuck do they use? I thought I made myself root. Oh. You right. I'd be overthinking. Bad SU fed to root. Oh yeah. Maybe I did not make him root. Add SU fed 12 to root on dev TTY v0. Yeah. The fuck? Did I not add them to the root? Okay. I mean, we got this far. Wow, that's interesting. Do I have to add myself to the root user then? But how would I do this? No. Some oh my god, I love these old random like forums from 2009. I think it's from group mod. Don't remember if it has to be done from sudo. Yeah, I think it's add user. I know it's something silly too. Damn you, privileges. I can't install sudo. Damn it! Oh wait. No nano? VI? Okay. Oh god, how do I exit Vim? Oh god. How do I exit Vim? How do I exit Vim? How do I exit? Ah, I gotta think. I gotta think. I just did it. Try VC. Yeah, I was going to. Oh, that's what it is. Q. Am I stuck in Vim hell? Oh no. I think I'm stuck in Vim hell. Vim hell. Alright, this is what we're gonna really do. We're gonna quit. But delete this. We're gonna check out sabotage. I think it was quit W. That was just a weird thing. Building a system source requires setting environment variables like make a thread. Okay. Okay, we're going to check this one out. To install sabotage on a hard disk, you must first ensure you have full exclusive access to the target drive, which can be achieved by attaching the drive externally via USB or booting a live CB. Is it in a virtual machine? To install something on a virtual machine, you can use a pre-built disk image designed for QEMU VirtualBox. Okay, cool. You can bootstrap your own build from a script. Download ready to VirtualBox. Okay. shit. Okay. Image, text, image, x86.4, image, 2012, 25 tarballs. Okay. You can bootstrap your own build from the script at download ready to boot queue and virtual disk images. You may also extract the root first. Okay. That's probably not it. Sabotage Linux just works. Interesting. This is from 2014. After playing with my own internal fork of Arch Linux to create a simpler build from source Linux system, I finally hit a brick wall months ago. My build scripts allow me to do some neat things, like set general or pure by feature. Okay. Of course, I read about sabotage, but installed Crux and Alpine at the point my adventure yesterday. I decided it takes time. What a joy! Clean scripts and descriptively simple engineering. I put clean X4 file system on a partition as though I were about to install Fun2 or Arch. That's kind of funny, Fun2. I'm quite familiar with installing those, but sabotage was faster and easier to install. Much build stage 0, enter chat, butch install stage, butch install kernel. The last one makes me smile. Installing a stage with that damn simple package manager as if it was installing a single package in very short time, mostly with the computer at the command prompt, waiting for me to return from the kitchen. I had about a bootable system. Well, there was a small glitch. The root file system was mounted read-only. Is that the entire artifact of the init system being different from what I've used to anyway? I added read write some options in the etc fstab and rewrite to the kernel command line in my grub. See if it's okay. In between other things, next week I'll also try to replicate my Fun2 desktop Fluxbox and Rocks filer, MPV, and other things requiring GTK2 and Python. It would be interesting to hear if anyone's been able to build Kitty applications with sabotage on Fun2. I build other. Okay. Well, interesting. That's kind of cool, especially reading these when they're like almost over a decade old. And this is done like a month away. Less than a month. Okay, cool. We're gonna do this. We're gonna figure out installation on a hard disk. No worries. I'm gonna just get some water first and then think. All right, cool. Sabotage. So is experimental activities on libc and busybugs. Okay. Sabotage 9.1, 9.7. Okay, 1.0. Oh, 2020. Image. Yeah, it looks like a desktop image. Oh. Download. Next ISO. And it's already downloaded. We're gonna boxes. No, not boxes actually. Vert. FreeBSD, delete. Yep. Okay. It's called. I don't know how it takes these kind of files. Okay, no bootable device. Huh. I should maybe read more on how to get this working. Base. I feel like that should be the move. I'm gonna read on how to get this more working, and then tomorrow I will do another live stream where we kind of discover how to install this. This sounds very cool, very awesome, and very interesting in itself. I'll definitely look for some more esoteric Linux distributions to look at and discover. All right, guys. Appreciate you all stopping by. I appreciate all the views, all the comments, and I appreciate everyone being a part of this. Very based, very cool. Remember to argue in the comments so that YouTube knows that I am a real human, and don't forget to